Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? Well, today you find me filled with hope and anticipation. I have not one, but two Zoom meetings planned for today, both with potential sponsors and advertisers. I've got to be honest, it's a bit of the job that I hate. I'm a journalist, not a salesman. However, since both of the companies involved approached me rather than me approaching them, I'm hoping there won't be too much actual selling required. We have another jam-packed show for you today, complete with some superb demolition and a truly awesome wheel loader. But before we get to that, I'm just hearing that we have some breaking news. We have received some footage that is claimed to show the very moment the National Federation of Demolition Contractors heard that all 10 of the companies named in the CMA bid rigging probe were, in fact, NFDC members.
Oh, okay.
Now, without further ado, let me roll the intro, post the question of the day, and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. I'm just going to pause very quickly because we have a new member in the chat, Ivan Gonzalez. Good morning, Ivan. For those of you that don't know, when we have a new arrival, they get the special treatment. They get the welcome confetti. So, Ivan, good of you to join us. Thank you very much indeed for being here. Please let us know where in the world you are watching from. Now, where are we? Yeah, it's Tuesday, the 26th of July. Let me get that comment off the screen. It's Tuesday, the 26th of July, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, DSM carries out the final big bang at Eggborough Power Station. We're taking a closer look at a 2,000 horsepower wheel loader from Komatsu. Sany undergoes a transformation. We have some epic Italian demolition all the way from Genoa, and there is a project in Reading that requires the attention of a suitable demolition contractor. And we will get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! And its many happy returns to Irish author George Bernard Shaw and to English author Aldous Huxley. Happy birthday also to movie directors Blake Edwards and Stanley Kubrick, to actors Jason Robards and Kevin Spacey, and to the apparently ageless Helen Mirren. To actress Sandra Bullock, action movie star Jason Statham, and to the only politician to emerge from the COVID-19 pandemic with any credit whatsoever, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. But far more importantly, today marks the birthday of one half of the Glimmer Twins, a man of wealth and taste, to Jumping Jack Flash himself, the greatest frontman in rock and roll history, His Satanic Majesty, Mr. Mick Jagger. Many happy returns to them, one and all. And I've just heard that our friend Mr. Gonzalez is actually watching from Mexico. The reach of this show never fails to amaze. Morning, Ivan. Thank you very much indeed for actually joining us today. Hope you get something out of today's show. Our first item really needs no explanation whatsoever. DSM Demolition has carried out the final blast at the Eggborough Power Station, and they did so in some style.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Fire now. Fire now.
Now that is how a blast should be done. This isn't. Yeah, that's right. From a successful blast at Eggborough Power Station in the UK to egg on the demolition contractor's face in the US. It has become a bit of a marketing cliche to present construction and demolition equipment as transformers. I've seen it done a lot in print, at exhibitions, and also on video. But even though it's a cliche, I still quite enjoy it. I might make that expression my opening to these shows. Rooted in Surrey, I return in glory. Baby doll. We haven't featured Sany for quite some time for reasons I won't bore you with here, but I'm a big kid and I love robots, so what can I tell you? Now, before we press on even further, had a couple of messages. First is from our friend Neil Edwards. Good morning, Martin. Good to be back after a few turbulent weeks. Looking as if construction project awards will top £5 billion this month again. Keeping fingers crossed. I checked this morning just to see where we were. We're at 4.4 billion rather, and we've still got the rest of this week to go. So hopefully 5 billion. However, as Neil says, more worrying is the rise of administrations and liquidations within our sector. Mid-Group Limited being highlighted today and going into administration. Inflation is a huge worry. You're damn right it is. I fear, well, I think all the time we have the political machinations going on, I get the impression that Mr. Sunak and Ms. Truss are focused elsewhere. I did say we had a couple of additional bits and pieces. We have another newcomer, Future Waste, which is either an existing magazine or it's about to be an existing magazine. Now, as I said earlier, if you come on the show for the first time, you get some welcome confetti. My guess is that the person lurking behind the Future Waste name is probably our friend Darren Shelton. Morning, Darren, if that is you. If it's not, if it's one of your colleagues, my apologies, and good morning to you as well. But thank you very much indeed for joining us. Now, I need to press a button. Wow, okay. I don't know why, but all of a sudden we have lots of newcomers. Abubakar Tiero. I'm really sorry if I've butchered your name, but I'm going to give you the same treatment that I give everybody else. Many thanks indeed for joining us. I'd love to know where you're watching, where in the world you're watching from. But thank you very much indeed for joining us. Now, let's try and get this thing back on track before I lose completely where I am.
Axsoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axsoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
There is only one thing that we enjoy more than a wheel loader, and that's a big wheel loader. So when we saw a video explaining the features, benefits and virtues of a 267-ton Komatsu wheel loader that develops some 2,000 horsepower and has a 33 cubic meter bucket, well, we just had to share it with you. That really is a phenomenal machine. Actually, in fact, it even inspired my T-shirt today. I realise that's a dozer, but it's a. Can you see it? Yeah, it's a Komatsu T-shirt. There you go. If you'd like to know more about that Komatsu WE1850-3 wheel loader, I've just posted a link in the chat. And now I've completely lost my place. Here we go.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
We will be playing out today with what I can only describe as an epic demolition video from Italy. But before that, we have the details of a demolition project lead from rather closer to home, actually in Reading in Berkshire. £1.5 million of your finest English quids have been set aside for the construction of a new performing arts centre at the Reading Bluecoat School in Sonning Lane. Sonning Lane. When I was 16, I won a national fishing championship at Sonning. I digress. Getting back to this job, Ash Contracting has been given the nod on the new build element of the works, but before they can make a start on this important new project, several existing buildings will need to be demolished. These include the Music Centre, ICT Centre, Way Hall, Drama Studio, and the Design Technology Building as well. And at the time of broadcast, a suitable demolition contractor has yet to be appointed. You can find out more about this project lead and countless more just like it over at buildersconference.co.uk. Alternatively, you can speak directly to Siobhan Jones using the number displayed at the foot of your screen. She is standing by to take your call. I'm sure she is standing by to take your call. Okay, I promised you an epic demolition video and an epic... I'm going to try that whole sentence again. I promised you an epic demolition video, and an epic demolition video you shall have. The film comes from the team at DAF Demolition in Italy, and it features a project in the town of... It's pronounced Genoa, but I'm going to say Genoa because I have a fun. Judging by this video, this was no piece of cake. That really is some top-notch demolition. I was actually in Genoa on a cruise about 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where that is. I think it's pretty much just up the way from where the Costa Concordia ship was in dry dock. Now, I am going to sign off. Wow. We have we have yet another newcomer, Wakaz Nix Ali. I'm sorry if I've butchered the name there, but my apologies for that. But you do get the welcome confetti. I'm going to come back to Dan Cullen in just a second, but you get the welcome confetti. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Love to know where in the world you're watching. That video that you've just responded to was actually part of the port in Genoa in Italy being demolished, just so you know. Now, getting back to Dan Cullen, I was planning to do this a little bit later, but he's beaten me to it. And his timing's perfect. If you've got a young person about your house who has just finished school or is waiting to go to college or university, would they like a bit of work? Dan Cullen said, anyone interested in some admin work, 2 to 4 hours a day for a few weeks, looking for an admin to help with my construction groups and regionalising them. Regards, Dan. And he goes on to say, paying £150 a week for the right person out of his own pocket. So if you know of a young person, I think it would certainly suit somebody working from home. My guess is it's all entirely online. So if that is of any use to you, to a spouse, to a partner, to a child, to a niece, nephew, grandchild, whatever, if you've got anything that you would like to say on that, get in touch with Dan Cullen. As you can see, Dan is actually responding to this on Facebook, so that's probably the easiest place to find him, although I'm fairly sure you can find him over on LinkedIn as well. All of which leads us here. I think that pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all saying today. If you can't stick around for that, please stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. But if you do have the time and the inclination, I will see you on the other side of this.